tray here, which are the spoons. I got a bit of a long-winded introduction before this I'm going to bore you with. Hope I don't put you to sleep. Anyway, it goes like this. Ladies and gentlemen, and those of you who may not be ladies or gentlemen, friends, neighbors, casual observers, and fellow denizens of the universe, lend me your eyes and your ears for a demonstration. A spoon's demonstration, seldom seen, seldom heard, not easily imitated, and never duplicated. Gather round and bear witness to a transgalactic, supersonic, kaleidoscopic, downright incendiary, pyrotechnical panoply of percussive prestidigitation. That's right, I said percussive prestidigitation. Brought to you in stereophonic audio, three-dimensional, real-time, high definition. Coming at you live. After all, real life provides the highest definition. Take a little trip with the doctor. Travel through a previously unexplored world of vision and hearing, featuring sights and sounds that you've never experienced. Some will be faster than the eye can see. Some will be faster than the ear can track. A presentation of high-fidelity syncopation, uninterrupted, unadulterated, unedited, and commercial-free. Guaranteed, yes, ladies and gentlemen, this product is guaranteed to be 100% fresh, straight from the source, never watered down, using all natural ingredients with no additives and no preservatives. No salesman will come to your home, not available in stores, appearing to you only in the here and now, in the key of reality, and in the scale of being. Don't blink, or you might miss them. Thank you. See how these work? There we go. So I'm going to try to get a little heavy metal going here. One man, two spoons, one aluminum, one stainless steel. I want to get like a little heavy metal like speed. Now what I'm doing right here is with one hand. So a lot of what I do is kind of like the first time you see these BMX bike guys. You know that some of the tricks they're doing are hard, but you've never seen this stuff before, so you really don't know the degree of difficulty of what they're doing. Well, right here, this is a fairly high degree of difficulty move, and this is one-handed little demonstration here. Now, what I said earlier about faster than the eye can see and faster than the ear can track, well, your ears are actually a little smarter than your eyes, because if I start doing this, you're just not going to have any way of knowing exactly how many fingers did that guy just hit, right? But if I slow this down and I go, all right, you hear all four there. All right, so here's a little demonstration of that. So your eyes are just not going to be able to keep up with this. But your ears are a little smarter. However, unless I point out some of the things that I'm doing, you're not necessarily going to pick it up. But if I do point out to you what your ears are picking out, you'll actually start, oh, okay, I got that. So the first thing with these, there's actually a double click going on here. Not only are the tops of the spoons hitting each other, but since my finger's acting like a fulcrum here, I'm actually getting a little click with the stem. So I'll slow that down. Actually, here the bottom part. So now, here the 1, 2. So you didn't even know that was going on until I pointed that out to you, right? So your ears are actually a little smarter than your eyes. All right, so let me get up to speed here a little bit. And I'm going to start incorporating some different parts of my anatomy. And of course, if you're adventurous and you want to maybe, you know, throw out like a couple things, couple parts of the body like you'd like me to kind of incorporate, but please keep it clean and keep in mind that I am hitting myself with a hunk of metal. So, you know what I'm saying here, right? So anyway. All right, that's a little move I call the cold shoulder. And I'm not even I'm gonna get my fingers in here a little bit. So I'm gonna start with just a single finger. I'm gonna use my index finger here. And this little move I call the come hither. This is a move I call the why I oughta. Why I oughta. All right, now 2 fingers. This is for the old hippies in the room. This is called the hippie. And I also use 2 fingers for a move. I'm an old Three Stooges fan. I call this the Mopoke. And this would be the Mopoke defended. All right, I'm going to bring in the 3rd finger here. This I call the unholy trinity. 1, 2, 3. I also like to use 3 fingers when I do a little basketball kind of action. I don't have a lot of room to move here, but let me see if I can get a little. That was for 3, and it was good. All right, now the crowd favorite, of course, everybody wants to do the 4, you know, the home run, the 4-bagger. So if I do the 4 fingers, and if I reverse it, and I come around, there's a little more degree of difficulty there. So I'm going to actually get a 7 count. All the drummers love the 7ths, right? I call that the back and forth. So for the ultimate degree of difficulty here, I'm going to try to get all 5 fingers. I'm going to start on the thumb, try to hit the index, and the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky. See that? I missed it. Now, if your ears were paying attention, you know that that was not 5 strikes. Oh, there's a good one. All right, I hit about 3 out of 6 there, maybe. So, of course, you know, you could use just the thumb. So I call this the hitchhiker. Going back to 1 finger, of course, the angry American. Also useful in conjunction with the hitchhiker. Come on. I call this move elbow grease. And I do a little variation of that. This is the Lugosi. With a little elbow grease here. Into my eyes. Alright, some of you are actually old enough in this room, and I'm not trying to offend you, to remember old vaudeville guys used to do like a little ham bone action. So, I'll work in a little. There's another little variation that if your ears are paying attention to, if I cup my hand, I get a little displacement air here. It's like a little tom-tom action. And every once in a while, I do strike my ring. And that's very subtle. If I point it out, you can actually hear the difference. Sometimes you get a little scrape going there. You can actually pick that up. Here's something I call a witherspoon. And that's for Reese Witherspoon, who has the cutest chin in Hollywood. And she has Spoon in her name. I mean, how cool is that, right? Alright, so spoon playing is a snap. And it's also kept. I'm going to just try to get up a little speed here, just for impressing people. Now, unfortunately, most of what I'm doing here is all about technique. It's really musically worthless, unless I'm doing a solo, but I I wanted to find a way to kind of incorporate the technique into some sort of something or other. And eventually I think I'm going to become like a street performer after I get fired from my current job. That's probably when that'll happen. I call this one the time of day. Excuse me, sir, do you have the time? Why, no, I don't. And you'll notice I didn't look at my phone. It's the only way people can tell you the time anymore. Nobody has wristwatches or pocket watches anymore. I call this move the burn. Remember that video with the talking heads, same as it ever was? Same as it ever was. That's the burn, B-Y-R-N-E, for those of you paying attention. One man, two spoons. One aluminum, one stainless steel.
Actually, I need to